What's good, you YouTubers? NeoNexudus here, bringing you a video on the ban list. I'm late to the party. I was busy last night, and I wanted to mull over my thoughts, watch a few videos on people's thoughts and opinions on the ban list, so that I weren't too ignorant of certain things. So let's get into it. First of all, we got Majespecter Unicorn limited. This needed to happen. Majespecter Unicorn's been a problem for quite some time now. It's gone from 3 down, I believe it went to 2, then 1, and now it's banned. As someone said, it wouldn't be as bad if you could target it and destroy it by card effects, but the fact that you can't, and you can just re-pendulum that turn after turn and even tribute summon it, it's just too good, and it did need to go. Tyrant Neptune, this was to do with some OTK in the OCG, and they just sort of preemptively hit that, which is a good thing because we don't need OTKs, FTKs, those sort of degenerate type decks based around those type of strategies. I mean, if you can OTK in your deck, that's perfectly fine. But if the whole point of the deck is to OTK-FTK, then that's not fine. So, yeah, I understand where that went. Scrolling. Vanity's Emptyness. Now, a lot of people are really pissed about this. I kind of get it and I kind of don't. Like, Vanity's has been around for about, 2-3 years, something like that. And at 3, yes, it was definitely a problem. Like, fucking Vanity's everywhere. I personally loved it. I was running it in Volcanics, triple Vanity's Emptyness, and it's just happy days. But Vanity's at 1, it's been one of those cards, like, it can save your ass, and you can also lose to it if you don't have the out. Like, your opponent makes the big board, stand by face, flips the Vanity's Emptyness, and you don't have the out, and then they just kill you in the next 2 turns. So, yeah, I kind of get it. It needed to go. Fair enough. Okay, so people are really pissed about this. Maxx C going to 1. I kind of called this. I kind of knew that this card was probably going to 1 following the transition that Konami does. Usually they go 3, 2, 1 banned. I honestly would not be surprised by the time we get another list in fucking 7 months or whenever it is, hopefully it won't be another 7 months. But I can see this card getting banned. I just can. Like, people are still going to run 1 Maxx C, regardless, because it is that good of a card. The card has always been good, and it will always be good as long as special summoning is a thing in the game, which it will always be from now on. I don't see a point where Yu-Gi-Oh's just going to go back to normal summon 1 monster, set a back row, pass. I just don't see it going that slow ever again. So Maxx C is always going to be a good card. Yes, it kind of sucks when the opponent goes first, makes their massive board, and has the Maxx C in hand, so that when you go second, even if you dropped your own Maxx C, you're forced to take the Maxx C challenge to just try and break their board. Maxx C is a double-edged sword. It's good, but it's also kind of bad. It's good for you, bad for your opponent, and then vice versa. So, yeah, Maxx C. I'm okay with it. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. So, yeah, this is probably getting banned next list. Just saying. I think this is to try and balance out the whole link summoning thing. I don't know. But, like, with Vanity's Emptyness gone, I would have thought at least leave Maxx C at 2. Just, like, leave it at 2. But, no, they gone and put it to 1. So it'll probably get banned next list, because Tron Army. Rescue Cat, I was about to say Rescue Rabbit then. Rescue Cat with its errata is now once per turn, and the monsters have their effects negated as well as being destroyed in the end phase like normal. So because this is getting errata and coming out in the Duelist Saga, that's fine, coming back to 1. I don't know what decks are going to run Rescue Cat. It'll be interesting to see. But I don't think it's broken. I think it's good. By today's standards, it's good, but it's not broken. Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. I love this card so much. Brings me back to my early zombie days. It's good in the sense that, you know, the effect is still the same. You know, it still does the same thing. Unlike a lot of these errata cards. But the restriction is it's now only once per turn, whereas before you could pitch as many cards in the same turn as you wanted multiple times per turn to continuously bounce shit. So I think this is good. I don't see a lot of decks making it, but yeah, some good zombie nostalgia. I'm sure there'll be some deck that will make Brionac, you know, especially with the fact that what was it? We got Rescue Cat now. Rescue Cat's like a 1-card Brionac, so you know, eat your heart out, guys. Brain Control, I believe that now only targets like normal summoned monsters or something like that. So this has like been heavily errated and is pretty much irrelevant now. I don't see anyone running Brain Control. This is probably eventually going to end up at 3. So yeah. Then we've got Future Fusion. This now takes 3 turns to complete itself. The first turn you play it. Second standby phase, you send the materials from the deck to the graveyard. And then in the third turn, you actually get to summon your future monster in the second standby phase after activation, which is like 3 turns after activation. So, is it good? It's okay. Will people play it? I don't know. Because it still takes 2 turns, essentially, to send your shit to the graveyard, even if it's just the dump effect. That's good. So yeah, I don't know. I know these have risen to like 10 quid from like 5, 6, so they've practically doubled in price, which is kind of ridiculous. Just wait for the reprint, guys. Like, don't go out and buy your fucking super rare bloody Rescue Cats and your freaking ultra rare Future Fusions. This stuff's getting reprinted like in a week. Hold your horses, conserve your money, buy the reprint. Because you need the reprint to play in a tournament anyway. Or a written errata. So, like, I would personally just rather buy the errated card and play that. So I don't get sharked in tournaments. So, yeah. Imperial Order, this card right here, this motherfucker, I do own one. I own a secret rare Ferris Servant. It's not exactly mint, but it's as close to mint as you're going to get from something from Ferris Servant. Yeah, like, this card's a problem. Like, even with the errata that, like, you have to pay 700 during both players' turns, both players' standby phases. Yeah, it's still a problem. I mean, where is it? I've got my Imperial Order, like, right here. Like, a book full of banned shit. This is my old Imperial Order that I picked up online probably sometime last year, maybe even further. But it's like older shit. As long as this card remains face up on the field, negate the effects of all magic cards. That's how old this card is, guys. Magic cards. Pay 700 life points during each of your standby phases. If you cannot, this card is destroyed. This was like your errata to, you know, you can destroy it at your leisure. You can choose not to pay 700, which was even more broke. But now it's worded so you have to pay during both players' turns. Only if you cannot pay the life points does the card get destroyed. And it negates all spell cards on the field. Your field spells, even cards that you activate after this card is resolved. Like, you can't MST this shit. You can't Twin Twister it. You can't Cosmic Cyclone it unless you do it upon activation, because of the way that chain links work. Because, like, you just go, oh, okay, draw for turn after Imperial Order has been played. Twin Twister, target Imperial Order and such. You still pay the cost by discarding your card, but it's negated. Imperial Order just straight up negates that shit. Like, this is scary, guys. We have 3 anti-spell fragrances. Count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 anti-spells and Imperial Order. Anti-spell is tame by comparison. You just have to set it and wait a turn. Imperial Order, it negates it. And it's continuous. A continuous negation for all spells. All of them on the fucking field. This is going to be insane, guys. Like, I'm running Wind Witch Invoked artifacts at the moment. It's like my main deck. And I've got Fluffles as like my fun competitive deck, if you know what I mean. And they all rely so heavily on spells. If I see 3 anti-spells and Imperial Order against me, I'm just going to cry. I won't be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I can't activate my Invocation, I can't play Terraforming, I can't play my freaking field spell. You know, I lose essentially the whole invoked side of my deck. I'm just left with Wind Witches and artifacts, which by themselves don't do a lot. Only when you mix all 3. But I will laugh, because there will be that occasion, someone goes, Pot of Desires, banish 10 as cost, Imperial Order, fuck. Like, that would be so fucking funny, just to see that happen. You banish 10 for nothing. Just banishing 10 off the top of your deck face down. Good job. Like, that would be funny, but I would feel your pain, guys. I would feel your pain. So yeah, Imperial Order. I think this is the sort of Snatch Steal thing that we had like a couple of years back. It'll come back for a format. Konami will realise they fucked up. It's still too powerful and ban it again. So yeah, that's my rant on Imperial Order, guys. They're crazy as well. They're going up to like £10-15 a card. Even though the reprint's due like next week. Anyway, Semid. We got Wisdom Eye Magician. This shit never deserved to go to never deserved to go to 1 in the first place. Like, I understand Full Power Pepe was a thing for like 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks we had like Full Power Pepe. You could have brought it back before now. I guess you're trying to push the whole Pendulum Magician thing with the new Pendulum Magician set that's coming out in the summer, like a month before fucking Link format. I mean, guys, seriously, don't buy that set. It's just not worth it, unless there's some decent reprints. But, like, it's not worth it, you know, because Pendulums become kind of ass when Links come round. So, hopefully we get another ban list before Link, or on the cusp of Link summoning, just to sort of settle the game down a bit, you know, sort it out. So Wisdom Eye, this could have gone back to 3 for all I care. It's not really going to do anything, I don't think. Interesting how they put this to 2, and this to 2. Wind Up Magician needs to come back to 3. Like, what the fuck are Wind Up's going to do about fucking Zen Mighty and shit like that? But another day, another round. But yeah, Wisdom Eye, like, this is at 2, but Pendulum Call's still at 1? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, Zoodiac Ratpier. This shit's at 2 now. People are saying that Zoo are dead. They're not. They have to change. They have to adapt. They're not going to have absolutely ballistic, nutty, butty, fucking jizz in your pants wombo combos out the arse. But they're still going to be particularly viable, I reckon. Like, you can still do a fair amount with 2 rat. You just end up with a lot less. You know, instead of fucking Dryden, Emerald, and like 2 to 3 other Exceeds, you just sort of like lose 1 or 2. So, you know, they just slowed down a bit, really. Because they still got 3 Barrage, you know, which is the fucking main problem card of the deck. Fucking Barrage. But, yeah, so Ratpier at 2. Zodiacs will survive. They're like a fucking cockroach. You'll never fucking get rid of them. They're like fucking BA. Dear God. BA's a good deck now. Like, BAPK and just straight up BA, they are fucking amazing decks now that Zoo has been watered down. So, yeah. And then, like, we've got Interupted Kaiju Slumber at 2. This doesn't change a lot, really. Like, this shit needed to go to 1 or get banned to make any kind of difference. Because instead of 6 board wipes in the game, we now have 5. Wow, we lost 1 board wipe. 1 copy of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. They have to sort out Kaijus before Link summoning. Because having 2 Dark Holes, Raigeki, and 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, all in Link format, it's just going to be too much. Like, Link's not going to stand a chance. So yeah, this shit needs to go to 1 or banned. I don't care which. And then we got Sangan at 3 with the errata saying that you can't play the card you search the turn you search it. You have to wait a turn. So Sangan's kind of irrelevant? I don't know. So yeah, my thoughts, guys. We waited 7 months for this list. 7 whole fucking months. And this is the best that they could give us. Like, Paleozoic, completely untouched. Dante, for fucking, like, 3, 4 odd years in a row now, it's got off scot-fucking-free. Like, they need to shut the fuck down. They need to lock it down on B8. Like, they need to shut that fucker down. Like, fucking put Dante to 1. Just do it. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing BA format after format after format. Konami, sort it out. So yeah, so we're going to have Watered Down Zoo. We're going to have Paleozoic being like the best deck of the fucking format. You just know it. Because now they're going to main triple anti-spell and fucking Imperial Order. Which is going to be fucking balls to the walls crazy. Metal Foes, you might see them, but then they get the hard counter by the, essentially your 4 anti-spells now. Yeah, like, I don't think the erratas make a lot of difference to, like, the format. I don't. I could be wrong. Some shit could explode out of nowhere. But I don't think it makes a lot of difference to the format. Maybe going into Link format, it'll be a bit more prevalent. Excuse me, hiccups. But at the moment, nah, it's just not doing anything. Like, this shit being at what, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, we've got no vanities, and now you're giving us 1 Maxx C. So, what? You just encourage us to run a fuck ton of traps? And all we got is a bunch of spells like Cosmic Cyclone, Twin Twister, MST, fucking, what's that other shit? Galaxy Cyclone. There are only back row clearers, and if they flip fucking Imperial Order when we do that, it's like, GG, just fucking pick up your cards and leave. Just fucking pick them up and leave. You are not winning that. Like, what do you do against fucking big board, set 5 back row, standby phase, flip Imperial Order? The fuck do you do against that? Like, if you got the chain, like Twin Twister or MST or something, do it. But, like, I don't know. Like, how the fuck are decks gonna survive? You know, going first is just broken now. Like, completely fucking broken. Go first, make your big board, set 5 back row, flip your Imperial Order and anti-spell fragrance, and watch your opponent cry. That's what the format's developed into. Paleozoic Frogs, set 5 back row, play your Pot of Desires, play your fucking card safe return. Not card safe return. Is it card safe? No, it's card demise. Card of fucking safe return. Oh dear God, if that card came back. So yeah, play your card demise, play your fucking Pot of whatever. Get all your fucking draws and searches and shit. Set your 5 back row. Make your fucking tree toad that's now 50 fucking pounds. Should have picked up the one up I saw for 25. So yeah. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm kind of annoyed with this half-assed list. Konami could have done and should have done a lot more. A lot more. If we're waiting up to 7 months or 7+ months for a ban list, they need to do a massive haul over on the game. A massive haul over. Like, if we were still getting a ban list every 3 months, this would be acceptable because we'd be getting another one in 3 months. But we don't know when we're going to get another fucking ban list. And this has to last us until whenever Konami decide, oh, actually, should we make a list? I suppose we better. It's been about, what, a year since we made the last one? I think we deserve to make them a list. You know, they can potentially never make a fucking list again. Not saying they will, but they could potentially just do that. Because it's now an as and when basis, you know, whenever they fucking want to. With no fucking guidelines to adhere to, no fucking time frame to adhere to. Oh, shit like that. So, Konami strikes again. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about this list. I think they should have done more. There's nothing I'm particularly hyped about. So, yeah. I just like the fact that we got Brionac. Brionac's like one of my favourite synchros. Yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. This is NeoNexudus, signing out. Peace!